So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys want to see how I got this fall matte eye makeup look along with, you know, the rest of the face obviously, then keep on watching. I really had fun doing this makeup look and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So keep on watching if you want to see how I got this makeup look. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I am feeling fall. We're like well into fall now, you know. Winter's coming and it's almost Thanksgiving, and I kind of wanted to film some kind of like fall Thanksgiving makeup look. I don't know what that's going to consist of, but I kind of want to do something a little bit fun and orangey and reddy and brownish or whatever. I'm not too sure. So we're gonna jump right into this makeup video. We're gonna start with priming. I'm going to prime using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So because this primer is like a smoothing primer, I do tend to give it some time to kind of really just like, you know, settle into the skin a little bit. Alright, and for foundation today, I'm going to be using an oldie, yet a goodie. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup Lotion, and I'm in the color Nut Brown C7. And then first I'm going to go in with this big flat kabuki brush and just blend it in. For concealer, I'm going to be using two concealers today. I've been using the NYX HD Studio concealer in the color 07CW, and I've also been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, Stay in Place Concealer. I've been using both of these. So I've been using the NYX concealer just to kind of almost cancel out the dark. I kind of let it sit on my face just a tiny bit, just a little bit. When it comes to covering dark circles, I find if you leave your concealer under your eye for just a little bit so that it gets tacky, it provides a little bit more coverage, but it depends on the concealer that you have. Some concealers dry down faster, so you might have to blend it out right away, but depending on the concealer, sometimes I do let it sit on my face just a little bit. So you kind of have to figure out how your concealer basically works. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty sponge. I haven't used this in a long time. I used it the other day and I'm like, oh, I forgot how good this sponge was, because it's so soft and it really gets under the eye and just kind of pushes the product into your skin without making it feel too dry. I feel like with some sponges, after you use them for a certain amount of time, they tend to not blend out as nicely, and they tend to, or at least for me, they tend to feel like they're drying out my skin instead of, you know, helping. And with this sponge, it hasn't done that. I've had this for almost like a year now. So yeah. Alright, so as you can see, the concealer blended out really nicely, and it did a good job at, you know, basically concealing the dark circles, but you can still see my dark circles seeping through just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighting now with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. And with this one, I don't let it sit on my face for too long because it does dry down pretty quickly. So I'm just going to place it where I want it, which is just kind of in the inner part of my eye, just like that. And a little bit goes a long way with this concealer. That's probably going to be too much, so I don't use that much. And then I just kind of highlight the rest of my face with it as well. So up in there, down the bridge of my nose, and then my chin. And then I go in really quickly and just blend it out. I'm going back in with my foundation brush just to blend out my chin and my forehead. And this concealer blends really nicely as well. Even though it dries down quickly and you kind of have to work fast, it still does a really nice job at blending out. I'm just going to blend out my nose using the butt of the sponge. And what I like to do is, because the inner parts of my eyes are kind of hard to get, I just kind of like to use this sponge just to kind of move the concealer and just kind of put it where I want it, and then I go in with the sponge. So that's what I mean by a little bit goes a long way, because even this is kind of like a lot. So I'm just gonna wipe off my brush and then just continue to just blend it down my nose and on my cheek area. And I just want to keep most of it just right in the inner part of my eye. And then when I have it where I want it, then I go in with the sponge. And if you know me, you know that under my eyes I have natural dark circles, and I don't ever like to cover it up too much where it looks like there's too much product under my eye. So I just cover up what I need to cover up and just, you know, still try to look like myself basically. And then to set under my eye, I'm going to be using the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder, and I'm just gonna lightly dust it under my eye, just using this odd looking brush. I'm not going to set. And to basically set the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Studio Fix Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. If I can open it, I will put it on my face, but I can't seem to open it. And I'm going in with this big powder brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna buff that around my face. With the powder, I'm making sure I'm going like a circular motion as well. Alright, so now that the base makeup is done, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my eyebrows, but I'm gonna do that off camera because eyebrows are like, it's been done a million times over. Alright, I am back. It took me such a long time to do my brows. We are gonna go into the eyes right now. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a tiny bit. Just like maybe like that much. Y'all don't need to get up and close in my face like that. So I want to finish the rest of this makeup look just kind of doing something fun and something fall. Thanksgiving is coming up, and I figured why not do something that I could wear to like Thanksgiving dinner. I will be trying to make a turkey this year. It's my first time ever trying to make a turkey, and that was kind of one of my goals for this year, is to cook more, like, well, cook more different type of things that I don't really necessarily know how to cook. So cooking a Thanksgiving turkey was one of those things. I want this makeup look to kind of reflect that. To reflect, you know, me trying different things and me trying to cook a turkey basically. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. But I just want to create this makeup look that you can wear to a Thanksgiving dinner, a Thanksgiving party, just something simple but still ties into fall. So what screams fall more than the Morphe 3502 palette? Like, if that's not fall, I don't know what is, okay? I really don't know what that is. So I'm thinking I kind of want to do like a matte, kind of like blown out smoky eye type of situation. I don't want to put any shimmer or any of that stuff. So I am going to get started, and I'm going to dip into the color Tan, and I'm just going to put that in my brow bone and just kind of start off the crease a little bit. Alright, and now we're going to deepen the crease just a little bit more. I'm going to go in with this crease brush. I might switch brushes in between depending on how this works, and I'm going to go into the color Spice on this crease brush. I'm going to pop that in the crease just to see how it looks. I want the crease to be deepened just a little bit, but I don't want to deepen it too much because the color that I'm thinking about putting on the lid is like a really deep reddish brown, and I don't want to take away from anything else that I'm going to put on there. So I'm just going to deepen the crease just kind of like right here, just a bit. I'm just gonna kind of bring it out a little bit, just like that, not too much. So I'm going to deepen the crease just a little bit more, and I'm going to be using this tapered brush now, and I'm going to go back into the same color Spice on this more tapered brush, and I'm just going to really focus on just deepening the crease but not taking away too much. So just right in here, just gonna deepen it. But I want the color to be a little bit more concentrated this time. And back in with the fluffy brush. I'm just gonna kind of just bring it out a tiny bit, just not a lot, just whatever's left over on the brush when you have blended it. Just kind of bring it out softly, the corner, just like that. And then when you have the depth that you want, this kind of looks decent to me right now, we are going to go in with a different brush. I'm just going to use this kind of fluffy, kind of flat-ish brush to pack the next color onto my lid. And the color that I will be using is In the Zone, deep reddish brown. I'm just going to pack that on my lid. Hopefully it's going to come off the way I'm picturing it in my head. I'm not too sure. So I'm just going to take that, I'm just going to pack that onto my lid, trying not to get any fallout. Just like that. How does that work? Not bad. So now that I've packed the color on my lid and it looks really nice and fun, I'm going to go back in with my, what brush is this? My fluffy crease brush. Go back into the color Spice. And I'm just going to soften it out a little bit. Just so it's just not just sitting there. Just soften it out just a bit. And create that blendage. Doesn't that look good? I think that looks really cute. All right, we're gonna do our lower lash line now, and then we're gonna come back and finish the eyes. I'm gonna go into the color Spice, and I'm just going to drag that along my eye very kind of messily. We're gonna kind of do the same thing we did up top. Okay, and then using more of like a precise brush, which is like this flat one. I should use a better one, but I don't have a better one. They are all dirty. I'm going to go into the color In the Zone, which is the color that I put on my lid, and I'm just going to pack that on the lower lash line. Try to get as close to my lash line as possible, so like here. And then going back to the fluffy brush, and then just kind of blend it out just to make it a little bit more softer. Boom. That looks so good. Oh my god, that looks so good. I love it. So because I want my lash line to appear a little bit thicker, I'm going to line my lash line using eyeshadow. I'm not going to use liquid liner. I don't want it to be too harsh. I still want it to have that matte look. So using this brush right here, which can be considered an eyebrow brush, that's what I want. I'm gonna go into the color Wiz. I'm just gonna pack the eyeshadow on the brush, and I'm gonna dust it off, and I'm gonna use that to line my lash line as close to the lash line as I can possibly get. On the bottom lash line, I can always tight line a little bit, or on the lower lash line, I can always put a little bit more, a little bit just on the bottom, like not too much. I'm just gonna see how that looks. If it's too intense, I'm not gonna do anything. Just like right at the edge, right here. I mean, that looks decent. I'm not gonna go any further. All right, and I think that looks so good. I'm going to be using the Carbon Black L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara to put on my lashes. I don't think I'm going to do lashes with this look, but I still want my own lashes to really show through, so I'm going to put on some mascara, and I'm really going to shake them up. And I'm going to pop whatever's left on the wand on the bottom lashes. Alright, so now we need to finish the rest of our face. I'm going to bronze up using the, what is this? Black Radiance True Complexion contour palette. I'm gonna go into the Sculpt shade, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to bronze up my face. My face is looking a tiny bit flat, so I'm just gonna bronze it up and bring some little bit of dimension back into my face. I've been loving mixing these two loose highlighters together. It's the Artist Couture times Jackie, the LeBron's highlighter, and then the Shayla times ColourPop Boomin' highlighter. I'm gonna start off with the Jackie Aina highlight, and I'm gonna pop that on my cheeks, dust it off, and hopefully I get enough lighting so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna pop that on my cheek, just like right here. And I'm just gonna kind of glide that along the side of my face, just like that. Same thing here. Ooh, that's a lot. Don't go ham. I don't go too crazy on this highlight because it is a nice rose gold highlight, and sometimes it can come off a little bit intense on my skin, so I don't go too ham on it, and I spend my time blending it out. Alright, and then on top of that I go in with the Shayla times ColourPop highlighter, and I just kind of pop that in almost like the high points of my cheek, just like right up here and upwards, and then whatever's left over, then I can bring it into the rest of my cheek. So like I concentrate it more like here, just kind of like here, want most of it to be, and then I just kind of blend it up into kind of like my temples, and then on my forehead, and then whatever's left over, then I can just kind of now start mixing it with LeBron's, and it just creates this really nice, almost like soft, natural highlight on your skin. Like it doesn't look like there's highlight on your skin. It's just so soft. And besides, this eye look is like a matte look, and I don't want to take away from that by doing like a really intense highlight. So this combination is just perfect. For blush, I'm going to keep it simple as always. I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild blush, Mellow Wine. I'm going to pop that on my cheek a tiny bit. I don't want to take away from the eyes, so I'm not going to do too much when it comes to blush. Just pop that on my cheek, give me a flush of color, and just kind of softly glide that over my nose. I am going to go in using this Wet n Wild lip liner. I actually really like this as a lip color. I was going to use this MAC lipstick, and it's the color Retro. It's the color Retro. That's the color I was going to use because I felt like it would go really nice with this. I'm going to see how it looks anyways. I'm going to pop that just in the center. See if it might be a little bit too red for my liking. I wanted something a little bit more brown. I also have the color Verve. Let's see how that looks. Color Verve looks better. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. It's still a little bit too reddish for my liking. It's not bad. I'm gonna go in with the lip liner a little bit more and just kind of really get in there and make sure I blend it. Plus I want a little bit more of this lip liner on my lip because I like it so much. I have this brown lip liner. I'm going to see what happens if I kind of incorporate a little bit more into the lips. just like in this front area right here. Just give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, I think we are finally done with this makeup look. I am obsessed. I love it so much. We're gonna spritz our face using this E.L.F. Matte Magic Mist and Set makeup spray. And that's all we need. All right, you guys, and that is the finished look. At first, my hair was up because I wanted it out of my face. But as I finished the look, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep my hair up because I feel like it just works. So I'm keeping it up because I think it just looks really nice, really sleek, and I want my face to be the center of attention, you know what I mean? So I don't want to take away from that. But this is the finished look right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am sorry if it was too long for you, but I love the way that this came out. I liked that I didn't really challenge myself, but I said I wanted to do something matte and I wanted to do something just a little bit different, and this is what I basically came up with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you guys like my video, or you can leave a comment telling me, you know, that you like the makeup look and all that stuff. If you have any questions about any products that I use, obviously you can always leave a comment asking me and all that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on my next upload.